You know, similar to how Marcus Jordan ended up marrying Larry Pippen.
That's wild.
I think LeBron James Jr. should try his hardest to marry Delonte West's ex-girlfriend. That's what I think.
Man,
That's,
You guys are hearing
you guys are throwing some crazy ass things right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is episode 9 of HoopTalk, the podcast. Today, we got a special event. We are actually live with the 2024 NBA Draft. So we are going to be potting today with the draft in the background. Unfortunately, we won't be able to put the draft up on the screen, but we'll make sure we update everybody as we see the picks and as we see any trades or rumors or whatever they discuss. But I thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you guys for your patience today. But we are about 3 picks behind already, so we'll give a quick little recap, and then we'll just keep on going, man. It's going to be a lot of back and forth today. We have some topics to discuss, and then we're going to also talk about our predictions for the draft. You know, should they trade? There's going to be a lot going on today, so I hope you guys can keep up. Again, thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get started. It's your boy, HoopTalk Nas, just as usual, and as usual, I got my same guys to the left of me. I got Tyler, Ty Dollar, and then on the other end of the couch, as usual, Orlando, a.k.a. Pluto. All right. Like I said, we're a couple picks behind, so before we get to our out-of-bounds question of the week, let's go ahead and do a quick little recap. Tyler, what draft picks have we seen so far?
So starting off, we had Hawks at number 1. They drafted Zachariah Rissecher from France. He is a realistically 3-level scorer, great defender, kind of raw still, started very young. He's also very young playing in Europe with France, which is a great pick, I think. After that, we had Washington. They picked second. They picked Alexander Sarr. I think everyone kind of figured that Sarr was going to go anywhere between 1 or 2. They kind of went back and forth, but I don't really know negatives that you can pick about Sarr other than maybe his shooting. He's a great defender, great shot blocker, athletic, 6'11", so he could do it all. And then third, we had the Rockets with Reed Shepherd, great shooter, great defender. And now, at number 4, we have the Spurs.
Yeah, we got the Spurs on the clock right now. Let's let them pick their pick so we can announce it real quick.
Stephon Castle.
Wow,
That's a bold pick.
Stephon Castle goes 4 to the Spurs. So I want you
That's a
I think
bold
to realize
pick.
this. When it comes to shooting, Stephon Castle is a certified bum. I mean that in the highest regard as well. I'm giving him a little bit of credit because he is arguably worse than that. He had by far the worst shot chart that they saw throughout all of college. 4 people that shot as many shots as he did, as many attempts.
Yeah.
He's a great defender. He's a great passer. He's most likely going to have to play point guard because he is that garbage at shooting.
Wow.
Absolutely mean that.
How big is he?
6'5", I think he is.
Okay, so we see what they're going for. We see what they're going for.
They still have another pick as well. Remember, they have 8.
You already know what the Spurs are about to do,
He's
man.
a bum as a shooter.
Shooting,
Oh.
absolutely. I mean that in the nicest way I could possibly say it. I'm giving him credit. It is that.
How tall is he?
6'5", I think he was. I did forget his height. 6'5", 6'6". He's somewhere around there.
Oh, snap.
But he's a great defender. He's an amazing finisher. That's all he could really do last year.
The question is that what the Spurs need?
Yep.
No. I
At
think
shooting
that,
guard with Devin Vassell? I don't know.
Bro, Devin Vassell is on the way out.
no, it's so Stephen Castle, or at least his representation, they came on, they said that they wanted to play point guard wherever he went. So we're going to see how that goes, but
So the DeJounte Murray style basketball. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
no, because DeJounte Murray always had a mid-range game at least. Castle does not have that.
He could develop into a shooter.
Yeah, shooting's not something I'm worried about in the NBA.
I mean, look at Kawhi.
He's got everything else. He's a big point guard, bro.
Well, he played 2 in college.
He's a
He wants to
competitive
play point guard.
defender. Does that mean he's a good defender? Or
He's a great defender. He's an amazing defender.
Oh, bro.
Arguably might be the best guard defender in the draft.
Okay, so you're pairing him up with arguably probably the best down low defender. You got a mix for probably one of the best defensive teams in the NBA
I think so. Just
in a couple of years.
I think that is their goal, to kind of heighten the defense, because with Wemby having such a great defensive year, but the rest of the team being ass, I think focusing on improving your defense was important for them probably.
And I don't think the Spurs have a primary defender. when it comes to guards. So I think he is going to be a very big help.
Because Vassell's not really that guy.
Oh, he's a good passer?
No, he is a passer.
Okay. He's a big guy, bro.
He played point guard growing up throughout high school, so this is something that he wants to go back to.
DeJounte Murray wasn't really a shooter to start off his career.
Yeah, he was an athletic.
He really cared much about his mid-range shot, so I feel like that developed into it a little bit.
It's possible.
Definitely DeJounte Murray build for sure, bro.
He's a chance to do that the same way.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he's coming in as a good defender and a passer that DeJounte Murray so I like that comp. And I think they wanted to try to get him back at the trade, but I don't think they had anything to make the trade.
The Hawks want their picks back, and it doesn't make sense for them to give their picks back if the Hawks are blown up.
Exactly.
What's wrong with the player from UConn?
No.
Well, I mean, like,
you got to
in 2009, you absolutely could.
Who was in
Shoot the
2009?
beat was the wrong pick.
Oh yeah, but in hindsight, hindsight is 2020. At the time, you can't say that was going to be a terrible pick.
Who shoot the beat?
I mean, he's about 7 foot, I think.
He was a really good player.
That was what the NBA was. That was what the NBA was at that time. Twin Towers.
We got about 3 minutes until the next pick, so I say we go ahead and get right into our out of bounds question of the day.
Let's do it.
Yes, question of the week. Pluto, what it is, man?
It's kind of funny. It's draft night, so I dedicated this question to draft night. So the out of bounds question of the day: why don't NBA player sons ever pan out in the league? I think we have more NBA player sons that aren't good enough or better than their dads usually. Why don't they usually become better? Because if you look at other sports, baseball, you could say football, you could say basketball. Sometimes those players tend to be better than their fathers. Why doesn't that translate in the NBA? What do y'all think? Even boxing, by the way. I'm sorry.
I would say I'll add to it, and I'll say it's mostly NBA superstar sons. Like I feel like it's usually a curse. It's like if you were really good, your son's gonna be trash, and if you were not, like a star, then your son's probably gonna be a star. No, it doesn't always work out that way, but. I would say to answer the question, it's kind of like an expectation thing. I think Bronny is a perfect example. I think his dad is too good for him to turn out to be good.
He's a generational, one-in-a-lifetime player.
Yeah, like talent isn't inherited. You know what I mean? Like you got to work, you got to be in the gym. And I'm not saying Bronny doesn't do that, but I'm just saying the likelihood that he'll live up to LeBron James is very slim. You know what I mean? The likelihood that Marcus Jordan could live up to Michael Jordan.
Well, he never made it to the NBA.
So, but he played Division I basketball.
Yeah.
So it's the expectation. I think it's living up to this high pedestal. I think it's outrageous. I think it's very similar to how we look at certain players now, and we expect them to be the next Kobe, the next Jordan. When in reality, these guys, it took them years to figure out how to win. Like not everybody's blessed into a Kobe situation where you just get to play with Shaq as soon as you're drafted. You know what I mean? Nobody's blessed. Not everybody's blessed like Tim Duncan, where you just get to play with the Spurs and David Robinson.
So they came from.
Michael Jordan didn't win until his 7th or 8th season in the NBA.
Same with Bron.
Hakeem Olajuwon won 2 championships. He was in his 30th when that happened. You know what I mean? All these guys, like David Robinson, won his first championship when he was deep. So it's the expectation to think that because these people were great in the past, that these guys are going to be great now.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what happens to these kids. It's like their fathers were so great, we expect them to be great now. Mm-hmm. When you have somebody like Stephen Curry, where his father was a good player, I'd say that's the closest you can get to good father, good
Wasn't he one of those top 3-point players
He
ever?
was a 6th man of the year, so he was a good player, He wasn't a superstar, but that's like the closest you could possibly get to like a good comparison or a good.
Do you think that would be the best father-son duo?
That would have to be, I would say, just by talent-wise, no other duo. Because Michael Jordan just carries that, LeBron carries that.
Yeah.
The other end of the spectrum.
What about the Grants? The Grants.
Yeah, but Horace Grant was their uncle. He wasn't their father.
Okay.
So, but you could consider that as an option. But I just feel like it's hard to live up to that level of expectation. Like
I think in that position, when you're like dad's so great and you got to beat him in championships or be relevant, so you got to be playing winning basketball.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Got picked.
Last week was Castle. We're still waiting to see who's about.
Yeah, they're coming in slow, but I was gonna say.
I'm gonna get Curse to go to Pistons in a second.
Nah, you're good. I was gonna say, pretty much like kind of to my point. Yeah, the only way you can kind of be your father is to like getting more chips or being on teams that were great teams and being like an impact player. That's how you stay relevant and afloat. So I think Bronny would have to just be a very productive player. Doesn't have to be as good as his dad, but at least leave like a stain. We're not asking him to leave the gash that his dad did, because his dad was arguably in some people's book the best NBA player to ever live. And obviously we know he's a generational talent, his dad is, and Bronny's like an average guy, pretty much 6'1". You know, you see a lot of these guys, so he's just got to do a lot more to win and get, you know, the props. But I think Bronny has a good position. I think Bryce's might even be closer, though.
Ron Holland, wow. I think it's possible for him to develop. I absolutely do.
What position does he play?
He plays 2-3. He's a wing overall. Again, not a shooter. He is once again, but he has playmaking skills. We've seen that with the Ignite. He is a great rebounder.
Oh, this is the guy that you were talking to maybe a little bit overrated.
No, that was Castle.
Castle.
Ron Holland was originally expected to go first. Last year when they were talking about this, but then throughout the time in college and for him Ignite, he just dropped.
Okay.
He continued to drop. As you can see, ranked second.
Oh, so he's not bad. He's not bad at all.
He's just not a shooter. I mean, 19.5 points per game without any shooting. It's a G League, so you're playing against adults. You're playing against NBA bodies. I think that's good.
What's his game style? He gives me...
Slashing. 100% slashing.
Can he score? Like, can he dribble?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a guard. I know he played forward most of the time, but he realistically is a guard.
Is he a good passer?
He has passing skills. He has distributing skills.
How tall is he?
6'7".
Oh, he's giving me Tariq Evans vibes.
Well, Tariq Evans shot when he came out.
Yeah, he is not known as a shot. He probably got a little bit of range, but he was known more.
When I compare them to like DeJounte and them, I'm trying to tell you these people are that much worse at shooting.
No, I believe you. This is a weak draft, and it's not offense to the people. They're living out their dreams right now. I just want to say that when we talk about this, because they are living out their dreams. But yeah, this is a very weak draft. This is the first draft I'm going in, and I can't tell you anybody but Bronny, and he's not even in the second round. And they've been pushing him more.
6'6", sorry.
Yeah, they've been pushing him more. But I guess we could.
Oh, let me answer the question. My bad, I forgot.
Live stream.
A hot take. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think it's because some of these people just only get the recognition solely because of their parents. And like Bronny, for example, or Zaire Wade, or anyone you can look at, they are realistically bums who have who credit for their parents, and they don't try as hard as they realistically should, or these other players should, because they have all the resources in the world. They know that they're going to go to the league because of their name alone, and it never kind of.
Did Zaire ever make it to the league?
Zaire technically, but G League.
Oh, no, I never made it to the
Who
league.
do you guys think has the biggest chance out of all these new NBA sons? The NBA sons are taking over the high school.
I think Melo's son. I think Melo's son, and I also think Bryce has a really big chance to be better than his brother.
Have you guys seen the Boozers?
Yeah, I think the
Yeah, they're pretty nasty. They're tall. They're tall kids.
Silver Ariza's son might be raw.
I think he has
Rondo's son.
a family member in the NBA too, Ron Holland, actually. But I do mean it. Some of these players are just unfortunately bums, and I think we just have to recognize that they don't develop any skills that actually make basketball worthwhile.
I don't think Bronny's a bum, bro. I think he works hard. I think
He's not a bomb?
Bronny.
Oh.
I think that heart situation really messed up what he could have been.
No, I don't think he's a bum. I just don't think he has the skill set to be drafted. That's just my personal opinion, but he's going to be drafted off his name. That's all it is. I just hope people can accept that. I mean,
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'll give you that.
like I tell people all the time, if you take the same player and remove his name and his DNA,
Give him a random African name.
like literally any name you want, you know what I mean? Like, and would we still care about this player? No. Like,
Probably not.
how many players in the league average 5 points per game? I mean, not in the league, in college, probably dozens, if not hundreds. You know what I mean? We're not talking about any of them. We're talking about them because we're talking about Bronny because he's LeBron James' son.
Yeah, because his name is literally LeBron James.
Exactly.
Jr.
His name is LeBron
I
James.
saw the meme that said, if you want to hear his name in the draft, tell him to put on the 083 tape. I started dying.
If Bronny wasn't named LeBron James, do you think about a different alternative universe? He could probably become a professional table tennis player, or ping pong, or bowler. But Exactly, but because he's LeBron James, he has
We're really doing this.
so many things.
For all we know, LeBron James Jr. was destined to be a doctor, but
A
because
veterinary, the most legendary.
yeah, he could have been the
But
best.
his daddy being an amazing NBA player to his fault.
To the point where now he has to play basketball.
You know, similar to how Marcus Jordan ended up marrying Larry Pippen.
That's wild.
I think LeBron James Jr. should try his hardest to marry Delonte West's ex-girlfriend. That's what I think.
Man,
That's,
You guys are hearing about
you guys are throwing some crazy ass things right now. Delonte West's
you know how Thrones, the future generations be trying to avenge their past generations? That's the perfect
That's the
example
vibe?
right there. Huh?
That's the vibe?
That's the perfect example
Same
right
thing
there.
happened in Chicago, actually.
What's Chicago? The Liza Pippen
The new
thing?
generations avenging the old.
What happened with the old
That
generation?
joke didn't hit, so delete that.
Week 8. I guess that's it for the out of bounds question of the week. But while we wait, I was hoping we could start off the podcast on time, but of course that didn't work out. But one of the topics that I did want to discuss today was Alex Sarr. He really did not apparently want to go to Atlanta for some odd reason.
Yeah.
What do you guys think that reason is? I don't think I ever saw a legitimate reason
It
why.
actually came out as fake though.
Oh, it was fake?
Yeah,
that's it for
could
my
not.
topic,
Yeah,
then.
he could not make the workouts. That's what it turned out to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
there was
damn.
scheduling conflicts. His team had tried to schedule it, but let's assume that's not true. Is it crazy for him not to want to go to the Hawks?
No, it's not.
No,
I don't think it's
they
not.
have an established star. I don't think the Hawks were a good team to go to as a number one pick. They have an established star, and if they're gonna keep Trey, you're gonna end up in the back burner. I feel like, and that's just not.
And I think they got a really good piece to use if they don't want him forever on the team to trade. I think he could develop to be a good player with Trey. He complements Trey. Not saying that Star didn't, but Star's a star. And no pun in that. The Star's a star for real. And I think at the end of the day, Jordan Poole can kind of play his role now, which is like a six-man, and now they have their star. But I think everything dies in Washington. I've never seen, ever since Gilbert Arenas a great player, other than John Wall and Bradley
It
Beal.
barely even counts. Gilbert Arenas was a disaster of a human being.
They kept Ernie Grunfeld for 20 years. Ernie Grunfeld,
Who is that?
Their GM for the longest time. He would trade away second-round picks for money when the team needed to draft people. Ernie Grunfeld and the entire Washington team are terrorists. They don't enjoy basketball. They don't enjoy good basketball. I feel so bad for that man.
Their cash cow this year was Jordan Poole, and that didn't last not even after 5 games. We just all hopped off the Jordan Poole train. I think Jordan Poole was the most anticipated player on a new team last year, and he failed us so bad.
Because we were wrong, bro. I going back now. I think
I was not wrong.
anybody
You thought he was going to be trash?
I was right. I said it from the beginning. I never thought he was going to be trash per se. I would never.
Well, he was hot
I
trash.
just knew he wasn't what he was in Golden State. Like what he was in Golden State was circumstantial. And I just feel like you got to be able to notice when situations matter. You know what I mean? Circumstances matter.
Yeah.
I knew, Washington wasn't going to or that Poole wasn't going to be anything special in Washington. Looks like Charlotte's about to get their pick in.
bro, Jordan Poole plays blindfolded. I promise you. I watch him on the court. There's no way he can see what's happening.
I think Jordan Poole's one of those guys who feels the game more than think the game, and I think when it becomes a situational thing, he's not a critical thinker to what's going on. So I think that's more on maturity and IQ, and I don't think he has that. But I do think he's a hooper. You get what I'm saying? He's a bucket, but that's all he is. Who is this?
That was crazy. That's surprising.
How big is he? How tall is he?
He's tall. He's a wing as well. I don't know his exact height, but I think he's 6'8". But he's raw though. He is very raw. He's a prospect coming in. He's not a great shooter, but he showed flashes of playmaking.
Can't see how to spell his name. What's his last name?
Salaun. He's a pretty big guy though. He's got a muscular definition.
Salaun. But I do think that he is somebody that will develop very well. I mean, he has the physical skill.
Yo, he's strong. He looks very strong.
Bro, look how lengthy he is. He is pure length, and that's what the NBA is. He's also very athletic.
What
Very
position does he play?
forward.
He looks like he's
Yo,
gonna be
Wemby put France on the map.
on the map.
This is the third player.
Hold on.
The third first player. Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna let you guys disrespect Frank Ntilikina, the French
Okay.
prince.
No, that's
Don't forget, he was the first Frenchman.
What
drafted.
team was he on last year?
Tony Parker.
Wasn't Tony Parker?
Tony Parker, bro.
What do you mean?
As
Disrespect Tony like that.
he does, the level of ability and the level of respect coming into the league is very different. Frank just was better. There's a reason he's called.
Coming in.
Coming into the league, yeah,
He
that's
was-
correct. Yes.
I didn't.
Yeah, but that plateaued real quick.
Yeah, Frank Ntilikina had hype coming into the league.
Super hype.
As soon as he played, that hype disappeared. But
No,
All he could do was defense. He was,
it was after the second season. I think it was after the second
all he
season.
could do is defense.
I was so high on him and we gave up on him after the
Oh, so he's a shooter. He's got a little jumper on him.
He is.
But 3 players in the first 6 picks, that's crazy.
Big guys too. Big guys. 6'8", 6'9".
Who's a shooting guard, though? Oh, no, it says
None
shooting
of
range.
them
So
have been
much.
shorter than 6'5". Or
How tall is this guy?
6'8".
He's a big boy.
But realistically, he's 6'9". He's 6'8" and 3/4.
Is he the right pick for them?
I think so.
I do think so because LaMelo is still young.
What is he, a small forward?
He's a forward in general. He's probably gonna play small forward.
I like him at power.
They're not expected to keep Bridges either. They're expected to move on from him. So,
I mean, they've been saying that for 2-3 years now. He's still on the team, averaging like 20 points.
well, no, now he can actually get contracts.
Also, he's out that rookie contract
Yeah,
thing.
and it's up to them realistically what they're gonna do.
He was out of the rookie contract last year, but he didn't get picked up because of his incident.
Oh, but he played though.
No, he didn't play last year.
Yeah, he did. He
When I
played.
say last year, I mean like 2022, 23.
Oh yeah, he did not play. Well, he stopped during half the season, right, or something like
He
that.
never got signed.
Damn. And then he came back and played going into.
about to sign an extension.
Yeah, he was about to get a max deal, and then the incident happened, and then he was
Do you
gone.
think he'll get a max deal now?
No,
No.
You don't think he's a max deal player? He averages 20.
the issue isn't his play style. It's the off the court stuff now.
He's calmed down, right?
But it does no. Just
Well, he's also a
recently,
gangster. He's also a gangster rapper, so that's also doesn't help.
Yeah, that's insane.
not that long ago, he threw a brick at his girlfriend's car.
I'm so disappointed on how I said that. I just say he's a gangster rapper. So that sounds so Caucasian.
Caucasian, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even the whitest person in the room.
Huh. Debatable.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's even remotely debatable. But I do think this is a good pick for them. I think that they're still going to be, bottom of the barrel team for the next 2 to 3 years. So why not pick up somebody that has high potential, prospects that they think they could build with?
Donovan Cunningham is going to get picked next pick.
The Nick
I think so.
Klingan?
Is his name? I don't know his name.
Yeah, Klingan.
Whatever his name is, he's getting
that guy?
picked. No.
Is that him?
That's it.
No,
That's
Donovan Clingan. Yeah, I think he's getting picked next play.
It's weird. He's been all over the place. Just recently.
No, he's the perfect player for them. They need to get rid of Homeboy.
There was somebody.
Trailblazers?
Yeah.
There was somebody that I had read the Blazers were gonna go for. I can't remember who it was.
I like him.
Oh, Edie. I heard they might consider
Exactly. I
Edie.
think this one's gonna be Cody Williams right now.
I think it's going to be Donovan
I would actually
Clingan.
be kind of surprised if it's not Cody Williams.
What is he?
I'll tell you right now.
So Cody Williams is Jalen Williams from the OKC Thunder. It's his little brother. He honestly, I genuinely mean this. Reminds
Which
me,
one?
the good one.
J-Dub?
The good, yeah, J Dub.
Watch me
He
be right.
reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. He
I'll
genuinely.
put
reminds-
$5 on it, y'all.
I'm going Cody Williams.
I got Edie.
Cody Williams.
All right, Cullen. $5 on the line.
That's not crazy. They were projected to pick him, so it's not.
I'm not going to lie to y'all, boys. I got the little notification a minute before it even dropped.
Oh, he's dead.
I can't lie to y'all, boys.
I'm surprised.
Oh, that's crazy.
I won't lie.
Look at Don Hurley.
I think it's a good pick, though. I think it's a good pick, and Don Hurley got 2 UConn
That's
players.
Dan Hurley and everything he stands for.
Oh, you wanted him, though, didn't you?
Of course I
That's why
did.
we're.
Shout out to Big JJ!
Oh, we're gonna talk about JJ. now.
I'm happy for JJ.
Oh well, I'm very sad for JJ right now.
Why?
You got
He's not having a good time.
you got to start making
We'll
some
talk about
trades.
it. Let's not give any spoilers.
Do you think this is a good move for the Trailblazers? I personally,
100%.
Yeah, they need to get off
I
Homeboy.
am not
I
a.
think that team needs wings that can shoot.
I am not an Aiton guy.
Yeah, Aiden needs to go
We
somewhere.
have to start big, and we can work on wings next year.
Do you think Klingon will have a better career than Aiden?
100%.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
think so.
I think he's
Just a couple of days ago, he was projected to go number 1. So like, I think so. I think he's a more plug-in player. In worst case scenario, if he was to turn into a role player, he's still gonna be a very successful role player. Like
he could play. He could guard.
once you're out of the top 5, you can live up to a role player. You know what I mean? Like you don't gotta be a star once you're out of the top 5. Like,
Yeah, he's
top 5
7-1.
picks, so the picks that you might have to be a star.
But that's what I'm saying.
Not really.
If you think of the top 5, it's not. How would he be better than?
He's
reminds
not top
me-
5. That's what I'm saying.
He reminds me of Maxi Kleber.
That's what I'm
Maxi
saying.
Kleber.
It's because he's going to contribute to winning more than Aiden is, in my personal opinion. And that's all that matters to me.
He's really far off of Maxi Kleber. He's not a shooter, and Maxi Kleber is.
Maxi Kleber. What's that kid from Utah? That shot blocker.
Walker Kessler.
Yeah, he reminds me of him.
A little bit. I think Walker Kessler is a little bit more lengthy,
Yeah, yeah.
whereas Klingon is a thicker body though.
The Knicks don't have.
I think he's bigger than Walker Kessler though. He's 7'1". I think Walker Kessler's like 6'11".
the Knicks
6'10".
don't have a pick anymore, right?
I'm not too sure. Let me double check that because that trade kind of threw me off.
No, they still have the 24th and 25th pick.
Well, that is a perfect segue to my next topic. We got our good old pals in New York.
Shout out to Donovan Clingan.
The New York Knicks have just, or not just, but I think what was it, yesterday?
Yeah,
Traded for Michael Bridges, or
Great trade.
Bridges, however they want to pronounce it.
I called this trade by the way.
Probably, 5 first-round picks?
5
And-
total, 4 unprotected, one swap.
And Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yep.
What do you guys think about that trade?
Well, I called it, and you guys said it wouldn't happen, but it happened. Just
I never said that. I was in favor of that.
Nah, Tyler was hating. Tyler's talking about, oh, you can't do that, do the trade clause or whatever.
I've been a hater his whole life.
You said the Nets. You said the Nets or some shit like that. What are y'all doubting me?
Suns. It was,
Were you born a hater, or did you just become one as
it
you
was
grew
an
up?
overtime development thing. Back in like 2016.
Okay. No.
Unfortunately, ruined my life.
But
I think he's talking about me, guys. Goddamn.
I think that this trade is gonna hopefully that's better. I mean, the team chemistry was already good, but I think
Off
that
the chart.
this team's gonna be fun to watch.
But we have the power of friendship on their side.
Literally, anything can happen. This is gonna be the anime
He's
season.
the third co-host on their podcast.
Are they the first team that has a team of roleplay superstars?
Role-playing superstars?
Yeah, is this the first team?
I think
Role, yes.
They're superstars.
I'd say the Pistons are really close argument to
The
that.
current ones, right?
The 2004 championship.
oh yeah, that's probably the best ever. Like you can.
Because none of them guys would have been the main guy on any team, realistically.
But I think they have a main
on
guy.
their team. They have Billups, but like,
Those are the main guys that took over the Celtics.
the Knicks have Brunson, so like it's equivalent,
They stole Bridges from these people.
Bro, they also stole Brunson.
Bro, it's insane. It's
What do you mean they stole
Like, bro, Bojan and
5 picks?
That takes his.
That's expensive.
yeah, but bro, he doesn't miss a game.
I'd say he's going to now. That's for sure.
Someone was like, all right, someone sees that record, and he's like, yeah, we can fix that.
We can fix
that. We
Nah,
can fix
we're-
that.
I think though,
As soon as Thibodeau saw the reports that Michael Bridges,
We gotta run that.
he said, "Okay, we'll see about that."
We're gonna run it like a Honda Civic 1995 in Deltona at like 3 a.m. in the
He
morning.
hasn't missed a game since high school. He hasn't missed a game since high school.
Bro, it's insane. But we're gonna see him miss a game. And if he doesn't miss a game under Tom Thibodeau, he might be the best Tom Thibodeau player ever.
he always says he just refuses to do it.
The first year isn't a good decision. A good what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a good perspective.
It's that second year.
Second year. Once you've been through the Tom Thibodeau year season, can you last another year?
Is Josh Hart on the watch for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Josh Hart was breaking down towards the end
I'm
of the
afraid of
season.
Josh Hart. I feel like he's gonna get injured.
What is it? The 8th pick?
Yeah, it's about to be the 8th pick to the spring.
Wow, they have 2 very high pick like that.
Yeah, bro, they were bad, and they also did a lot of trades.
Look at George or Greg.
That's Gorgie Dang right there.
No. You see Popovich? He came in that room and said, "Y'all better tighten this up." Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
You see, yeah, Popovich.
Like close to my age? He has to be in his early 30s.
Gorgie Dang, he's like 36, I think.
I mean, that's not as close as I thought, but yeah, that's not old either.
He's only a little bit, like, a little bit.
Dang,
Go with the high school together.
Gorgie Dang is a front office for the Spurs. That's crazy.
Who is Gorgie Dang?
Bro, I remember it vividly because he tried to fight Devin Booker that one year.
He's a role player that I can remember. He was a pretty decent kind of
That's something
player.
you would get in 2K all the time.
Yeah,
Speaking of 2K,
probably not in the league, but definitely 2K.
do you want to announce it?
Yo, he.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. He was a role player. Like, hey, I'm not saying he was some kind of star or nothing. He's just a role player.
He
He did his job.
He's 33. He's 34 now.
Wow, he's young. He's making decisions up there.
You saw DeMar Carroll. DeMar Carroll is with God, what team was that? The
He might be
Nuggets?
like in an apprenticeship situation, where he's like, helping out, but like kind
I
of
think
learning.
Popovich really does like to give his players opportunities in coaching if they really want it or GM abilities. I think that's dope, bro.
Is Tim Duncan still officially assistant coach, or that was just the 1 year?
No, he is in the front office. So
He does. Tim Duncan just be chilling over
well,
there.
all the Spurs people end up doing something.
Bro, you saw what he looked like? He looked like a bum.
Bro, he always looks like a bum.
wearing basketball shorts in the draft room. Ron Holland, I think he's gonna be the best scorer in the draft. I think he's gonna be amazing, but I don't think he's gonna go high because he just has too many limitations. He's not a great passer, not a great defender, but he's
I wonder who this
scorer.
guy's going to. This is going to be a toss-up.
Pick Cody Williams, please, God.
I've seen it coming, bro.
Wow, I like that though. I do kind of like that.
He's a scorer. He's a scorer they need. I think Devin Vassell is about to get up out of here, bro.
This actually helps with the Stephen Castle pick because Rob Dillingham is an amazing scorer, amazing shooter from everywhere. And then he also hinted that he has playmaking skills he never got to show at Kentucky. But like overall,
Don't they both play point, though?
yeah, but I think that they're gonna have to go positionless, or one of them's gonna have to understand that they're not gonna have ball carrying duties at all times.
Yo, Rich Paul is his agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rich got a hand in the pie.
I would say that this dude is probably the most like famous dude in the draft.
Yeah,
He
since
came
high
from,
school.
Yeah, since high school, people were talking about him.
Yeah, that must be his mom.
Oh yeah.
Random thought about the Knicks, though, so we can wrap that one up because I had a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you guys think this trade? Oh, and they're also planning on re-signing OG Anunoby to a max deal. That's probably going to go through soon. So if they bring back OG and they just traded for Bridges, do you think this makes them like on paper? Can they go toe to toe with the Celtics?
Bro,
I think so.
What?
Injuries is one of the only things that stop them having a chance. If they don't get injured next year, which
is
they
very
got the
easy to
most
do.
healthy player in the world.
And they also have the most deadly coach in history.
I think they do need to shore up another center in the rotation. But when it comes to them playing that 3-and-D ball, like the small ball, man, that's going to be the team to
Going
watch,
for
bro.
Drummond, that's the rumor.
Okay, that's a
Wait,
great
no,
pickup.
no. We said good center.
No, he's a rebounder, bro.
Drummond is serviceable. I'm not a fan of Drummond personally. I'm a hater a little bit, but I can admit he's serviceable.
He's very serviceable, bro.
The other issue
He's not a
with the
bad
Knicks,
backup center at all.
remember, they're most likely to lose Hartenstein because they're early bird rights. They're only able to offer 150% of the cap, whereas other teams can offer more. So the limit that they can offer him, I think, was 4 years, 79 million or 75 million. Whereas he's expecting it much more from OKC. I could see OKC offering four.
It's a great fit for OKC,
Yeah.
too.
I can see OKC getting him for 4 years, 100 million.
I mean, at the same time, man, in New York, and if he does good and wins a couple chips, he'll get paid more and deals and, things like that.
He's in the
So,
league for a minute, though.
really?
I think he's 26, 27.
Also, he needs a payday. I think this will make up for all them bad days.
That's the thing. And he was cut twice. He's been traded numerous times.
Yeah. So last year was his breakout season. Then.
Yeah, he played on the. For example, people don't recognize this. He played behind Jokic on the Nuggets. He played on the Rockets before. He's been on numerous teams.
I remember him on the Rockets.
Yeah.
Was he always a great rebounder?
I mean, not to this level. I think it's a part of their scheme.
On this podcast today, yeah.
He never showed any flashes of this level of rebounding. But in the playoffs, he's averaging, 5 offensive rebounds? That's insane. Yeah, my bad. Also, really quick, to go back to the Knicks trade, I forgot to mention, I don't like them giving up 5 picks, but I like them getting Michael Bridges. And if that's the only way that they can get it, I think that's what they do. Go ahead, Nels.
Go ahead with what?
Your next one.
My next segment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to keep going with the draft until the next commercial break.
I guess, yeah, it's about to start already. This
Andre, old bald head ass. Andre looks sick ever since he left the league.
well, he doesn't know what to do anymore. He's too used to winning.
Oh, snap! Memphis is already picking. That was quick.
Like immediately.
Bro, they must know. This must be a trade. This must
I'm
be a
really
pick for another
surprised that
player.
they're not trading this pick. Oh, also the Knicks pick later in the draft is getting traded for a future.
What if Bronny gets picked? That'd be crazy.
If Bronny gets picked here, I would get up and leave.
Do you guys think Bronny could actually get picked in the first round?
I think he will.
You actually think he will?
I think
Ain't no way.
it's stupid, but I think that he will.
I think to get his dad, I think this is going to be a real big detail where LeBron goes, where Bronny gets picked.
Wait, somebody's talking about. Oh snap! Rob Dillingham got traded to Minnesota.
Wow, they needed that.
Dillingham
That's perfect.
First and number 8 pick to
For what?
Minnesota.
I really like that for Minnesota.
Wow, that's great for Minnesota.
That is a top tier decision.
Didn't we say that's the kind of point guard that they needed, bro?
I
That's
don't think they
good.
need that kind of point guard though. That's the issue.
No, they need another scorer.
Off the bench with
Yeah, I wish I had like a breaking news graphic on the pod ready to go.
Listen up, bro. This is okay. Look at this draft. That was a good trade.
That's tough.
I feel like this is the longest it's take to see a
There's
trade.
no article. I guess they're alive right now. It'll come up soon, I'm sure. Check Twitter.
No, I'm checking Reddit.
That's where you get all your news from.
Oh yeah.
With the 9th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Zach Edey.
Wow. Zach Edey is wild.
Wow, that's very. Well, I mean, Steven Adams. They got rid of Steven Adams.
It also let Jaren Jackson Jr. play the 4 again, which is his better position.
I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm just surprised.
Because I feel like a role player, like a serviceable type of guy, is what they could use to move forward with. You got to consider if John Morant's going to come back, Desmond Bane's on the rise, JJJ is on the rise. Then they got that new kid that balled out, Gigi Jackson.
He's nice.
So you don't really need to get somebody who's the future of this franchise. That future of this franchise already decided. So I think going for a serviceable big man that's going to be just do the little things, you know what I mean? And
7'4" or 7'3" too.
yeah, play
he's a
like
big guy.
basketball, you know, like a Zubox. It's a Zubox. So if they can
And I heard it.
play him for 20 minutes a game, and he can give us productive 20 minutes, I think that's a good pick for them.
That's a Twin Towers. Him and JJ.
I also heard that his 3-point shot isn't as bad as they make it seem.
Never believe those people. I'm never gonna believe those people. Those people be lying.
Imagine he comes in the league hitting threes, at least averaging at least a 3 a game.
Possible, but I just never trust people that say that.
I don't believe Zach Edey is a lottery pick, in my personal opinion, but just in regards to the fit, it works.
Great call by Gilbert Arenas, by the way. Amazing call.
No, he said the opposite. He said he's not a good.
Oh, so who made? There's someone on the podcast.
I think McCants.
Oh, well, great call by McCants.
It just recently started coming out that Zach Edey was possibly on the lottery.
This pick surprised
I think
me.
being that good in college is hard not to be a lottery.
Yeah.
You know, even though I don't think he's ready, he's at least serviceable. But I feel like if you're going for serviceable players, you might want to go out on the lottery. But
I mean,
I got the pick bot now. I got the trade. My bad. The trade is wild.
okay.
The Timberwolves are trading a 2031 unprotected first and a protected 2030 swap to this first for Dillingham. So realistically,
that's
bro,
nothing.
that is realistically just one pick.
Wow.
That's 2030.
Nothing.
The kids that they'll be drafting are currently just going into 6th grade.
They must want some 5th grader. Amazing.
Bro, they probably some of the highlights.
I would expect Dillingham to have more value than that.
That's insane. They gave up nothing. They could have got way more in the draft, like a better, like, something, bro.
This current iteration of players on that team probably won't be there in 2030.
Yeah, at all.
Like, if maybe you have Edwards still there, but bro, that's 7 years. That's 7 and 6 and 7 years.
I'm surprised they haven't reported it on the.
That's what I was watching. Saying.
No, they usually wait a long time before they report. Every year when a trade is announced, they don't say it on TV until like
Waj used
maybe
to
like-
always though.
nah, not right after, never.
Watch me stop in the air.
That's the crazy.
No, but I'm saying he can't. They can't until they give him the
Okay.
What he's doing on the thing is more like it's I don't know how to explain
His
it.
own
It's,
thing.
it's his own thing. What he does on TV is based on what ESPN tells him to do.
So it has to be more legitimized.
Yeah, like they have to get all the paperwork done before he's allowed to just say it out loud.
So for this pick for the Jazz, I projected that they were going to look at Devin Carter, but we have Cody Williams still on the board. We have Matas Muzelis still on the board. Dalton Connect still on the board. I think I'm going to switch this up.
Was this the Jazz?
This is the Jazz.
This is an important
I
pick
hope
for
that
the
they pick
Jazz.
Cody Williams.
The 2020
This is an important pick for the Jazz.
the Utah Jazz select Cody Williams.
Yeah, here we go.
From the University of
Cody Williams is J-Dub's younger brother. He can do everything. He's just not a passer. He's not a playmaker, but he can handle the ball. He was doing that for Colorado.
They're built exactly the same too.
Did J-Dub go to Colorado?
No, he went to USC, I think.
So is this C-Dub?
I hate you. I hate you for that one.
You said he went to UNC?
No,
Oh, I
USC.
hate him. Oh, okay. Cool. Never mind.
I don't think there's any players expected to go in the draft that are going to UNC this year. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, the center will probably get drafted in the second round. Bako? I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Fake it? I have him on here. Did I write him down?
He's old. He's been there for about 4 or 5 years already.
No, I don't got him. Things are starting to go different now. Look at them. Look at them, bro.
That was a little extra.
It was. Honestly, they should get fined for it.
J-Dub is he's probably happy about Alex Caruso.
Bro. Can we talk about the Thunder real quick?
Yeah, sure.
The Caruso trade is crazy. The Caruso trade is perfect for that team. Imagine.
We talked about it last week, remember?
Did we?
Yeah,
we
Yeah, we did.
I think you talked about it. I'm just saying.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We talked about it.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
That's for Cody Williams.
I don't know how in depth we went. We just mentioned it, though.
The trade is crazy. Like, there's no bad defender that they can have in the starting lineup now. Their worst defender is their best paint defender. That team is just great. And it's not like Chet Holmgren can't play on the perimeter. Like, you don't want him out there, but he's not the worst person.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
it's a good pick.
I think Cody Williams should have been first. I genuinely do think he's had the best career out of everyone.
Really,
Yeah.
he seems the most calm when he plays.
He's just like Jalen Williams. Very similar play styles. He's just a better defender.
Yeah, Adam Silver's low key kind of tall.
Yeah, he should have played ball.
How tall is Adam Silver?
I think 6'9".
No way.
No, he's not. This guy's not even 6'9", is
He's
he?
6'10".
Is he really? Like, actually?
Look at that rat. Look at that rat.
Adam Silver's
Look
6'3".
at what the Silva's wearing. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What is... Oh.
The shorts with the pads on his knees.
Is he hurt?
No.
Oh, snap.
Look at this bum. You saw what I sent you about
Yeah,
it?
we're not doing that. Not
About his
today.
fake steals? Okay, we'll come back to this. I do want you to know Jordan has fake steals.
I'm almost willing to guarantee that most players have fake stats.
Yeah, but bro, it was a I forgot what the percentage was, but it was like an 85% difference between when he played at home.
Yeah,
versus
some
when
of
he
those
played
were
at
pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie.
home.
I think one was like the Bulls had 16 live ball turnovers, but the Denver Nuggets had 16 live ball turnovers, but the Bulls only had 7 steals. The other way around. Other way around. Yeah, I think it was the other way around. The Nuggets had 7 turnovers, and the Bulls had 16 steals,
Which is like,
which makes no logical sense.
there's times in the video too where Scottie Pippen would get the steal, but it would be counted as Michael Jordan's.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'll send you the video. You should watch it. But we're done with the '90s officially.
Well, I mean,
This is his Defensive Player of the Year season too.
yeah, that was the year that was probably one of the craziest NBA seasons ever. Did he win MVP too?
Yeah.
His triple crown, MVP, scoring title, and
Yeah.
defensive
Well,
player.
now that we're in a commercial break, I figured now's a good time to go into our next topic. The next thing we want to talk about is free agency. Free agency is right around the corner. Things are going to get crazy. Things are already starting to get a little bit heated, but
Yeah.
free agency is when things are supposed to get real crazy. So What are you guys? What are your top 3 free agents that you're tracking or that you're paying the most attention to? Who are you most excited to see potentially move?
Now, because
Andrew Nemhard. He should be a free agent this year.
for the Pacers.
Yep, and they already are putting Pascal Siakam. They already re-signed him, pretty much verbally. So I don't think they're gonna.
Restricted free agent, so I doubt he goes anywhere.
Who Nemhard?
Yeah,
You think they're gonna match it?
100%.
You saw Goody play in the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, I mean, potentially Andrew Nemhard. That's mine for sure.
What's your? It's 3. What 3 guys do you?
Oh, okay.
That back is killing you.
Man. I mean, give me a second. I didn't really think about this one.
Well, I had 3, but now one of them is rumored to already going somewhere. It was OG Anunoby. I was actually pretty convinced he was gonna leave. But now it's pretty set that they're gonna offer him the max. So the other 2 I would say is Paul George. I'm very interested to see Paul George. The rumor is his preference. I can't speak English today. His preference is to go back to the Clippers, which makes logical sense. But if that does not work out, I think Paul George. I genuinely, and I don't know if this is a bad take. I don't think it is personally, but I genuinely believe Paul George is the only, maybe second, if anything, but possibly the only real free agent that actually turns the team into a championship contender. I don't think these other free agents truly make a difference.
Agreed.
I'm not really counting LeBron. I'm counting the unrestricted free agents. Or I'm sorry, I guess.
Well, he is, yeah.
So, like he has an option for his contract. So I'm counting the guys who are guaranteed to either re-sign or go somewhere else. But
When you're done, Nas, I'll be ready. I just saw my list.
yeah, I think Paul George is my favorite or my most interesting. I think the best fit for him is Golden State. That's my personal opinion. Second place, I would put him in Philadelphia, but I guess Philadelphia probably doesn't. I'm not really sure. I don't know what it looks like financially, but honestly, anybody.
Philadelphia has some money, and so does.
They're not looking for a trade though. They're looking to offer him the max. They're not looking for a trade.
Paul George, he said that he would opt in for a trade.
I mean, that may have been an old report, but the report that I just saw today, like they want to offer him the max.
Oh, so they're gonna give him the whole bag of
George
chips.
wants a 4-year extension, and the Clippers are only willing to give him 3. That's the most recent stuff that I've read. But either way, Paul George is my one.
I might trade him by the
He's
second.
my second. I genuinely think he should consider the Magic if he wants to be a contributor. I'm not really sure what second option I'll give him, but I like him on the Magic. Klay Thompson, I think, makes a big difference, but I don't know if Klay Thompson could turn something into a contender. I think he builds culture for sure. I think he's a good rental to have.
It's amazing. He's probably the best rental right now.
To move in the right direction,
Yeah.
and potentially compete. My third, I don't really have one because my third was OG. So honestly, I'll just stick to those 2.
So lame.
Who are your 3, Mister? I know everything.
So real quick before you go,
You're talking about him?
No, I was talking to you.
It's so lame that he got picked up.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lane that I only had 2.
It looks like you might be hating right now. So you born this
I
fucker?
thought you were talking trash about me.
so I think you're right. There are some places where Paul George is really the only game changer, but I think there's some teams that can use some extra help. I think if D'Angelo Russell wanted to go somewhere and Phoenix keep everything intact, I think he would fit good in Phoenix.
Chicago, by the way.
Okay. That's where he wanted to get
I
drafted.
can't see any of these.
Oh,
because of the camera.
he's supposed to go to New York, I think.
M-A-T-N.
You got the Pistons?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think D'Angelo Russell can go on a team like I just mentioned, Phoenix, go on a team that's a potential, you know what I'm saying, come off the bench. I think Celtics wouldn't be bad if he just signed the minimum because that's probably what he's gonna only get offered. And then my last would be kind of Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson can also be put in a position where he can go to the
You said I
team.
missed one of them. You said
D'Angelo.
and who? Paul George.
No, I didn't say Paul George. No, Andrew Nemhard. But I didn't know he was a restricted.
right.
I thought he was a free agent. I didn't know he was a restricted free
Yeah, I
agent.
think it happened though.
Yeah, for sure. I think Hardenstein, my last one, I was going to go with Klay Thompson, but you did that, so I'll just go with Hardenstein.
Oh, Hardenstein would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Because I'm picking Hardenstein.
Okay. I think Hardenstein is a very, very, very picky place where he goes to win. I think Oklahoma could take the next step. Another team that I think could really use his talents if they really wanted to spend the money, which they do have, the Lakers. I don't think he's a third superstar, but I think he can put AD back at that forward position.
Who, Hardenstein?
Yes.
Hardenstein would be phenomenal for the Lakers.
Yeah, 100%. He's kind of like, what's his name, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, just a void, and he could get rebounds, and he could guard, your best center. That's my situations for those.
For me, really quick before we go into this, I'll talk about Matas Buzelis. He just got drafted 11 to the Bulls. He's a 6'8" forward, but he has point guard skills. He played point guard in high school. He was a shooter in high school. He was not a shooter with Ignite. That team had no shooting realistically. So we don't know if it's a development thing with the team or if it's actually him. But he's homegrown. He's from Chicago. So he's going back home, which is great. Oh, man, that kid's crying too. That's so crazy. Wow. Hardenstein.
Yo, that's such weird reactions, bro.
Hardenstein is my number one free agent to watch, only because I think every single team could use him. He impacts everywhere. He's someone that could come off the bench or could be a starter. He fits next to Chet, for example. He fits next to a lot of teams. He fits next to AD. Unfortunately, the Lakers don't have money to get him, but
They do. They don't. They have enough room for a superstar.
they don't.
They do.
I promise you, the Lakers. The Lakers are over cap whether D'Lo stays or leaves.
Well, they're gonna make some
They do,
trades.
but it would be like trades and stuff. They would have to move people around,
Yeah,
which is not hard at all.
They,
These teams can figure anything out. That's what I always tell you every year. These teams can figure out whatever they want.
I tell you, things are different now that where the new CBA changed things. You can't make that trade anymore. The one that you're talking about.
It would be a trade to get rid. It would be a trade to get
Getting
rid
players
of.
off to be able to get new players, to be able to find new players.
That's what I'm saying. The requirement, they have to take more money back in than they did previously. They can't just get salary back anymore.
Oh, so you can't reboot like that.
Yeah, they were talking about it on ESPN 2 days ago. Things are much harder. It's to stop super teams. It's to stop this from happening.
So pretty much, bro, you gotta figure out. You gotta go trade that player to a player that's about to pretty much get out of his contract.
That's a lot of what they say teams are starting to do.
So they gotta wait a year to do a rebuilding process that can do in one summer.
The Knicks, for example, once they bring back OG, are going to be only first apron still. They're not even going to go into the second apron because that team's so cheap.
So they could still go get other players.
The Lakers are going into the first apron, so I have to double check, but I don't think that they can do sign-in trades. Bro, that's his brother. Imagine being this happy for your brother like this. Loser.
Either way, we'll be fine. We got plenty of pieces that we could use to get good players.
The next free agent I'm interested in is D'Lo. If D'Lo does not go back to the Lakers, I think that really hurts them a lot. I think that's a trade piece that they desperately need. And I know a lot of teams aren't exactly interested in him, but that hurts them. They're already over cap.
Yeah, I think if we can't replace him, it will be tough. But if we can get something that can fit us well,
Yeah.
I would still love to explore the DeJounte Murray situation if it's even possible still. But
Nah, I don't think so.
It requires Reeves. That's what everyone keeps saying.
yeah, I think I don't know if we can segue into Reeves conversation real quick, but
No, go ahead, because I don't need to give the other drafts.
I have an interesting take on Reeves. I think a lot of teams, the reports are they believe that the asking price is too much.
He's overrated.
Lakers want a legitimate all-star. You think he's overrated?
A little bit.
Yeah, I disagree completely.
Who?
Austin Reeves.
He is a phenomenal talent. I think my original point that I was trying to make is teams think that asking for an all-star is too much, and like when I say all-star, I don't mean like a like a 10-time all-star, 8-time all-star. They're referring to more like like a guy who could make an all-star team, or a guy who maybe he's been an all-star once, like a DeJounte Murray. You know what I mean? Like that's what they refer to when they mean an all-star. Because people think they're all talking about, oh, we need Kawhi for a Reeves. You know what I mean? Like that's not what they're talking about. Which I feel like that's the misconception. But asking for a player that is an all-star talent, like a Jared Allen or DeJounte Murray, I don't think that's too much at all, because if you think about it, realistically speaking, name something that an all-star can do on the offensive end, because we know he's not the best defender, but on the offensive end, name something an all-star can do that Reeves can't.
Not only that, with his contract, because he's on one of the best contracts in the NBA.
And that sounds like you can't name anything, right? So that's the thing. You can't name something that Reeves can't do offensively. Like you talk about, you want your all-star to shoot. Reeves can shoot. You want him to pass. Reeves can pass.
You want to show up games.
And he shows up. I don't know. He shows up. Reeves is one of the most clutch.
I think that little 14, 15, 6 and 6 hustled out throughout the game. It might be impressive to some, but I see the flaws in his game. I also see a lot of the time he's a little hesitant.
What are the flaws, though?
Like I said, I don't think he's a great shooter like we make him out to be. I don't think he's an amazing shooter. I also don't think he's amazing at anything in particular. I think they need a player who's more specialized. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just not saying he's a great player. You know what I'm saying? I think they could do better.
Like what do you mean do better? A better is an all-star.
I think they could get a better player what Austin Reeves
What's
does.
a better player in the league right now than Austin Reeves that they could get?
What do you want? You want mold or you want an actual player?
A player. What's a
I
player?
think they can go get Malik Monk, and Malik Monk can do a better job.
He's already.
I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there.
Scenario, Malik Monk and Austin Rivers are equivalent. Worst case scenario.
Austin Rivers?
Austin Reeves. Sorry, Austin Reeves.
I don't know. I think
Reeves and
Malik's a better shooter.
Equivalent.
I think Malik's a better shooter than Austin.
But then Austin Reeves is a better creator.
You can be better.
No, I don't even think so. I think Malik Monk's a better passer than Austin Reeves too.
Never.
I don't think
never.
I don't think
never.
Because we saw both of
Austin
them
Reeves-
on the Lakers, and we saw that
Reeves is a point guard. He was a point guard in college. He got moved to a shooting guard position. He is an actual point guard. And he passes like a point guard. He dribbles like a point guard. Reeves has the handles to compete with some of the best players in the league. Reeves has the finishing
The
ability.
handles, bro.
Reeves?
I watched a lot of Lakers games last year.
Not enough.
No, enough to make my decision to say that I don't think Reed's the third guy. I don't think he's a good third guy.
Let me
I think he's what's holding them back. I think it's not the. I don't think he's a great defender. I don't.
There's something you're missing that you're not watching. That has to.
No, I'm telling you.
He doesn't make third guy money anyway. He's not meant to be the
Exactly.
third
He's
guy.
not meant to be the third guy.
Yeah, but his contract between him, Rui, there's a lot of contracts that are holding him back. I think he's a player that's expendable.
Contract is so good. He's such a
He's
talented
expendable
player.
though. He's expendable. I think you can package
Arguably the
him up.
best contract on the league for his production. I think he's only making $15 million.
They stole Austin Reeves from Orlando because Orlando was trying to get that man the house.
So why were they trying to give him a house?
Exactly.
Well, they needed they needed a shooter or some type of other creator because they didn't have that on their team other than Pablo.
Exactly. So why did they get him?
So everything.
They don't have anybody. None of their point guards is as good as Austin Reeves or shooting guards. I can say that. I'm not like I said.
I think Jalen Suggs is better than him.
What the fuck?
Jalen Suggs is better than Austin.
Jalen Suggs.
I don't think.
No.
I think it's at least comparable. I don't think it's that crazy to say.
I think they do things so differently that it's hard to compare. But I think I would.
Jalen Suggs is the real
It's
3D.
difficult to compare. I understand. I do understand. I'm not against it.
40% shooter,
I'm
great
not gonna,
defense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue it because I understand the concept of
I
him
give
being
Austin
there.
Reeves more credit, bro. Austin Reeves is a way
You're giving
better ball handler.
Austin Reeves more credit than a 40% three-point shooter that is arguably one of the best guard defenders in the league.
Yeah, but
that Austin
Is
Reeves
it
is
Nikola
Nikola
Topic?
Topic.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say on that, on Austin Reeves, I just think he's way better than any guard on the Magic. But I think that's a lot of teams that they have better guards than the Magic.
Is it Serbia? I'm sorry, guys.
Serbia, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a question though. So taking Austin Reeves, give me a player that's slightly better than him. So I have an idea of where you value him.
I just like when you bring those trades in and everything, it kind of shuts me down to what they could even go get. I think they're
Not
kind
even,
of.
just don't worry about that. Just who's the better player? What's the ideal player?
Think of a slightly.
I think
better-
Bradley Beal would be a good ideal player in that thing.
I'd rather have Austin Reeves right now.
I think Bradley Beal is better than Austin Reeves.
He probably is. I would rather have Austin Reeves right now.
Bradley
Austin
Beal's
Reeves has a
50
large.
million.
He has a large
I would say-
upside. Much better upside. He's Bradley Beal's like.
I think Bradley Beal fits them better, though. I think having that shooter who can
exactly
make
is
clutch
Bradley Beal's
shots.
Austin Reeves is not a three-point shooter. That's the issue.
He really isn't. So what exactly?
He's a
is
shot
Bradley Beal?
creator.
But he's not a three-point
And
shooter. That's
Reeves
what they
is
need.
not.
He's a better three-point shooter than Austin Reeves. We can agree, right?
I don't think that. I don't.
Really?
I
This
really
year,
don't
yeah.
think so.
Percentage-wise, sure.
I think he's always been.
I don't think
This comparison,
No, Beal was close to 50, 40, 90 this year.
Bradley Beal's comparison coming to the league was Ray Allen.
Beal did finish 50, 40, 90.
Bradley coming into the league though, his only negative was his three-point shooting.
And
That
his
was-
defensive, his defense. He's not a great defender. I don't think he's a great defender.
He improved
he
that
used to
over
be,
time.
but I don't know if he is anymore.
To me, I think Bradley Beal would be really good in that
I was
situation.
wrong.
Yeah, almost 50, 40, 90, right?
Yeah, bro, he had a great season.
Yeah, I think he got it, didn't he?
For 50, 40, 90 on 4 attempts, he like three-point shooting is not his
He did
game.
it, right? Oh, no, he
He
did.
did.
He got 80. He got 80.
Oh,
not
yeah.
90.
Still, it's a very efficient for a third option. This is a very efficient year.
But he's not making third option money. That's the issue. So once you get him on a
Before
team,
this, he's a
he has to be the
43%.
second
He's
option.
a 43% shooter this year. Before this year, his career was a 37%.
I mean,
Austin Reeves.
my take is valid for if we're talking
Austin
recent.
Reeves is 36%. But
Also, did he take more 3-point shots?
Austin Reeves did. Austin Reeves took one more 3-point. Austin Reeves was 31% his first year. I'm going to round up and say
Man,
40%.
he is not a good 3-point shooter.
But no, he was 40% his second year, and then 37 his third. He
Not a
is
good
right
people
about
shooter.
where Bradley
37
Beal
is above average shooting. That is somebody you want to guard because he will knock it down.
35% equals to 2 points a shot on average.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the click between AD and LeBron the way you probably see it. I just don't see
I
it.
think he is the perfect fit for AD and LeBron.
With that contract,
And I think LeBron.
I think Brandon Ingram would even do really good in that situation.
Yeah, of course, Brandon Ingram is a better player than Reeves. But you're talking about Brandon Ingram, who is a all-star candidate every year.
I think they could get a straight-up trade for him.
You can't name a better player without naming an all-star player. That's the thing.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you on the All-Star thing. I'm disagreeing with you saying that he's a fit. I don't think he's a fit. I don't like the fit. I think it's very. They haven't won really with the fit. Like the All-Star
They went to the conference finals last year.
yeah.
And that was,
2 years ago.
that was the first year of him being an actual legitimate player.
And then they got swept by the same team.
That's not his fault.
He's not playing that good.
That's not his fault.
This year he did. Last year he didn't, but this year he did.
Well, let's see. Let's see the guy who did not play that good last year, because I know his numbers from last
Ooh,
year.
Devin Carter. I think he's also very good
Shit, I
too.
kept this thing up there for a while.
Yeah, he does not have a shirt under that.
Nah, bro, he's showing up the pecs. I feel it. If
I'm gonna skip
if
this
you
one,
get
I'm gonna try to
drafted,
type that out.
yeah, if you get drafted like this, I'm showing up my pecs too.
I ain't gonna lie, he's balding.
So
though.
let's talk about the guy who
He's got
didn't
the
do that.
training hair,
Let's
like-
talk about the guy who didn't do that good last year against the Nuggets, right? Let's talk about him for a second.
What do you average?
That guy averaged 21 points per game with
What was his shooting?
He shot 55% from the field, 56% from three. That guy didn't do that good against the Nuggets, though. I guess. That guy didn't do that good.
He got cooked by Jamal Murray a lot.
He does. There's no.
No, not Anthony. No, wasn't it? Not Anthony Edwards.
He's a defender.
It went to 7. That wasn't the easy.
Austin Reeves is a great player. There's no denying it. He is a great fit for this team. He brings to the table everything AD and LeBron need for a role player to bring to the table.
So why are AD and LeBron both saying we need to go get a third superstar?
He is a role player. He is not the third option.
He makes 15 million
He
as
is a
role
star
player
in his
money.
role.
Who is the Lakers' third option then?
It was D'Lo, and that was the issue. It was.
Oh, I never thought D'Lo was
No,
their
if,
third
if you
option.
look at the amount of shots they take, it was D'Lo.
He was the point guard also. He was the guy with the ball in his hand mostly.
He's
So
supposed to be passing it. That's why they're
yeah.
supposed to be.
We all can agree D'Lo needs to get out of here. We could all agree on that.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
we
So
can
his,
get
the
an
third
upgrade.
option sucked for them. The third option was not the third option. So Austin Reeves has to step up.
If you
and
can,
does.
let me answer this question, Naz, and then we'll just leave this alone. If you can get a very, I would say, like you said, an 8 to 10, NBA All-Star type of player, like a Paul George, man, shit, like, a Malik Monk, let's say Mold. Would you go make that trade?
Not Malik Monk. Never in a million years. I would never in a million years. Never in a million.
Well, I'm saying like a Paul George.
Completely different spectrum.
I'm saying, okay. So Paul George, like a player, you know what I'm saying, of that caliber. I'm not saying.
Monk's not a player of Paul George's.
Okay, so let's say. Let me get a good player. I'm trying to think of a good player because there's not
Here's
medium.
a good example.
Who?
Austin Reeves for Paul George. Yes, every day, no consideration. Paul George is an MVP.
Okay, so let me restructure that question. If you can go get Paul George, but Austin Reeves is a sacrifice, are you okay with it?
No questions about it.
Okay.
No questions about it. But you're talking about role players like Malik Monk. You're talking about guys like.
Well, Malik Monk was almost the sixth man of the year this year.
That's
last year.
Austin Reeves was also 6 men of the year.
Okay, hold on. What happened to Austin Reeves in the beginning of this season? What did they do to Austin Reeves? Threw his ass right on that bench. He is a terrorist.
And he immediately started, 2 weeks after? You put him on the bench and they instantly.
What was his season's average?
Bro, probably 15.
It was 16, 5, and 4 on 48, 37%. That's good.
What was Malik Monk's average?
Because he played more. We know that.
This is a good segue now that we're talking about trades, because that's actually the next topic that I had on there. What are 3 trades that you guys think should happen and that team should pursue like seriously to make themselves better this year?
Draymond needs to leave the Warriors.
Well,
Do you think they trade him though?
Yeah, that's the only way they can get rid of him.
he's
He's
not
on
a free agent
contract.
or anything.
Yeah,
Do you think they trade him to the Bulls for Zach LaVine?
who knows what they did there? That can't give you that. I think Zach was a lead. There's a good prospect to get traded again as well. I think he needs to move. And I think another one that people really aren't talking about that I think
But
is
not
kind
even
of,
about move. I'm saying like what is like the team? What team needs to make that deal? That's what I'm saying.
oh, for Zach LaVine,
For whatever players you think need to be traded.
I think Draymond needs to go somewhere where like Memphis. I think Draymond needs to go to like a younger team that's on the up and coming, like OKC, maybe even Dallas. I think he'd be a really good pickup in Dallas. And then for Zach LaVine, because you did mention that, I think Miami can use him because Miami needs a scorer other than Jimmy. Another team that can use Zach LaVine could be the Pacers because he literally fits their type of offense. And the third team obviously would be the Lakers because they can use another scorer, and I hate to use the Lakers all the time. And then my third player, who I think I could see on the trade, and this is going to be a super duper duper hot take, but this is if free agency doesn't go well. I think Joel Embiid would be a really good player to be. This is if free agent fumbles, they don't get Paul George, and don't get a player that's notable. I could definitely see Joel Embiid being on the trade market. Where he would go,
Do you see him requesting, or do you see him being put up?
Definitely.
I think it's going to be one of those things where I think both parties know what's up.
No, definitely request. As a franchise, you'll do everything in your power to keep.
I think
Embiid.
Philly would be stupid to trade.
It's just-
I think he's a request.
I just don't know where he would go. I think the Knicks would be a good because you're saying all the money they have, they can take up his contract.
No, they have no money anymore.
Well, I'm saying they can go. Can't they trade him straight up for Randall?
Oh yeah, my bad. No, not straight for Randall. He's making a decent amount more than Randall, but
But they could suck up that salary, though, right?
they'd have to trade somebody important. Which I mean, for Embiid,
Yeah, you can get rid of DiVincenzo or some shit. But I don't
Tough
think you.
decision to make. Though.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, I think that's really the only place you can go to. I can't think of another place. I mean, just because I can't think of another team for him, because I think New York would be the prominent team. I think Trey also needs to get traded as well. I think it's time for him to wrap it up in Atlanta. I think the Magic can use him. I think the Wolves can use him, and I also think that he wouldn't be a bad pairing with a team who needs a point guard. So I mean, there's a lot of teams right now. So yeah.
for me, I think.
Oh,
Zach-
Cleveland too for Trey. My bad.
No, that makes sense. I think honestly, right here, Jimmy Butler. I think that the time with the Heat is done. I don't know what major moves that they can make in this season. They're having a hard time using Tyler Hero's assets, so it's hard for them to make a trade. So I think the move is Jimmy Butler. I think it is to the Rockets, and I think it's for Jalen Green. I think that's how they start their rebuild. I think Jalen Green is a very nice pairing with Bam Adebayo. Very athletic guards to just run around with him, catch lobs and maybe make a 10 seed every once in a while. Maybe they get early exits in the first round. I think that's a good move. Zach LaVine, they've been talking about Zach LaVine going to the Warriors. You know that?
Yo, if the Lakers get real quick, Tyler, good takes by the way. If the Lakers are able to get Jared McCain, I don't think that's a bad pickup. You guys?
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if they said it right now.
Yeah, another where
I really thought that they were about to say Rick Kane once he said that. He wouldn't that though. He's a shooter.
Bro, other trades though.
The other trade, damn, I zoned out. Oh yeah, Zach LaVine to the Warriors. I do think that's a realistic trade happening. I think what happens is they end up moving on from Draymond. They set up the trade to where he goes to the Bulls, or maybe it's a 3-team trade. But I think ultimately Zach LaVine ending up with the Warriors makes sense. And then the last trade, we talked about it at the time, but I'll talk about it again. Paul George going to the Warriors, and I think that they end up trading Wiggins. I think that they trade Kuminga, and they trade a few other pieces to make that happen. And I think that's beneficial for both teams. I think the Clippers are at a point where they are going to blow it up and make major trades.
I don't know if the Clippers are going to blow it up, but I do think the Warriors should try to finesse a signing trade with Paul George. I think that's the best case scenario for them this offseason and should put them right back into championship contention, especially with the unknowingness of the Klay Thompson situation. So I think if Paul George wants that 4-year deal, I'd say the Clippers give it to him and just trade him off for Wiggins and possibly, I don't know, maybe like a Kuminga. I don't know if they have to do it, but
Kuminga would be a great pickup for them. That's a great pickup for a team that wants to restart.
I don't think they blow it. I don't think they blow it up though. I don't think they restart at all. I don't think they would have gone for Jeff Van Gundy if they wanted to blow it up. So I think they're trying to find a different direction to go. And I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, my take is more on the Warriors side. I think this is where the Warriors need to go. And the reason I actually wanted to segue into this is because I think either Jeremy Grant, which we were just talking about, either Jeremy Grant would be a great fit for the Lakers if we want to stick with AD at the 5, which is not my preference, but if we can find a way to get Jared Allen out of Cleveland, that would be an ideal situation for us.
All it would take is Rui.
Excuse me. That would be an ideal situation for us. I think he's a perfect center to have at the 5. And I think he was doing more than he needed to in Cleveland. I think he'll be able to go back to a role that makes the most sense for him. I think they were looking for him to score more than he should have. I think they were looking for him to do more than he needed to, which I don't know if that was a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that kind of stifles Garland in a way. You're giving touches away to a player who's not really offensively prone. So overall, I think the Lakers should try to pry Jared Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers somehow. We have the draft picks to potentially offer. From a timeline perspective, our draft picks would likely be great for them, right? Because they're probably going to be looking for better players and younger players by the time those picks come around. Because I don't expect the situation in Cleveland to last much longer. And my last one, I did have somebody, but I kind of forgot who it was. I did have somebody who I think would be a great fit. I don't know. I forget, but I think Paul George and Jared Allen are my two biggest trade targets that I think, and I think the Lakers should go for Jared Allen, and I think the Warriors should go for Paul George.
I like that.
It could happen too. I think the Cavs need scoring, so maybe they trade Rui. 2 picks.
Big pick for the 76ers, by the way.
This is so interesting. Do you think they keep it or do you think they trade it?
I think they're going to keep it. I think this pick is going to trickle down to what's going to happen. I really do.
I think without a doubt they should trade it, but they'll probably keep it. But there's just no reason for it.
I don't think there's any players that could help them right now.
Yeah, it's not time to go young right now. Like we need to win, and winning is not gonna. And young guys is not gonna lead to winning right now. Especially not a 16th pick in this draft.
Yeah, nah. Unless you get a Jared McCain who can get some buckets, but he won't be in the rotation with all those guards.
I don't think they have any guards right now, though, because I think their team is as bare as it is right now.
They don't have any guards.
They didn't resign anyone yet.
You just have Maxey, that's it.
Yeah, but they kind of play the same way in a way, Jared McCain and Maxey.
Jared McCain can play off ball, but
I don't think they should pick up McCain either.
I would trade this.
I think if they get McCain, they'll trade him.
They should go for a wing if they're going to try and keep it. But a wing's not. They're just whatever they pick. He's not. He's just not going to play. I don't think.
He's going to get traded. He's a trade asset.
Or at least he's not going to play in the Embiid era. I should say.
Yeah, but
I expect whoever this is to get moved. Honestly, I forgot. They're probably setting up that trade right now, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer.
Everybody's waited till the last second, though.
I think because they're discussing the trades. So the next 2 trades after this, the Lakers and Orlando, what do you think happens with those trades?
Say that one more time.
Lakers and Orlando, 17 and 18.
I think Orlando could use I keep saying Jared McCain. If they get a guard, Orlando can use it because they need a decent starting guard, and I think the Lakers do too. So it just depends what falls in their lap, but I think the Lakers could trade this too. And I think this is taking a long time for a reason, like Tyler said. So we're about to find out. But, yeah, I think this might be a little trade. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see.
I think we're going to see the draft, but
I think it's going to be a trade.
I hope for Embiid that this is a trade. I really hope.
Like I said, this is a big decision right here. This is
Even if it is, we likely won't see it immediately, though. Like they don't announce the trades right off the bat. They usually don't announce them later on.
But no trade has happened other than that one trade, which is, I feel, different than, other years.
No, Rob Dillingham trade happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the only one. And we're out of the lottery now. I'm surprised that Nikola Jokic went 12, though. He has a severe ACL injury. OKC, which, is the least risk team. So I guess that makes sense. I guess I answered my question, actually. Shout out.
That's probably another trade asset. I don't think they're looking to go any younger at this point. They definitely shouldn't. They should really consider
They
hiking
got
up.
too many picks, bro.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah, but they could use them to get some veterans.
That's what I'm saying. They have too many picks to keep picking players. Like you have to move it eventually.
Who's this guy? Is he good?
Good shooter, great shooter.
Think he can fit with the Lakers or the Philly? Whatever.
I mean, he's a forward. He'll fit anywhere. But he reminds me a lot of Duncan Robinson.
Also, he just play good defense. Yeah, this is a good deal.
Duncan Robinson, you guys are gonna hate this. I don't think Duncan Robinson's a bad defender anymore.
I think he's a dumb NBA player.
I think he has physical limitations.
I don't know if you ever catch it. Jimmy always is roasting him. He like fucks up a lot of their offensive sets. If you ever because I watched Miami play a little bit, and there was actually a spoof where Jimmy's like, man, this man Duncan Robinson might be the dumbest NBA player I ever played with. But I don't know if he's being sarcastic, but
Pretty sure he's being sarcastic. I just don't think he's just gonna go to the media and tell people that his team is stupid.
it's Jimmy Butler, bro. It's Jimmy Butler. There's always some truth to
You
it.
fucking need me.
Yeah, but he didn't want to be there. That's different. Like he loves Miami. Like he's not gonna. I think he's just being funny.
Do you think he gets an extension this offseason?
Who? Duncan Robinson?
Jimmy. Do you think he gets it? Because that's
I think it's like a 2-year extension. I don't think it's anything deep.
He says he wants the full extension. Do you think he gets it?
That's. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about Miami, man. It's like they always have the ability to surprise us, but it's like every year I just don't believe it. But it's like they still do have the ability to surprise us, you know?
They deal with injury a lot.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Jared McCain is probably gonna be my favorite. I think he's gonna be the best player of this draft. I think
He's be very good. Oh, trade.
I just really think when I saw him play with Duke, I just thought he was really good.
The Portland Trailblazers are trading to the Washington Wizards the draft rights to Bob Carrington, the 14th pick.
Wow.
Oh, he don't like that
I
shit.
don't think he liked that at all.
He didn't like that shit. Someone's gonna go beat someone tonight.
The Philadelphia 76ers select Jared McCain.
There you go.
I called it.
No, he's a great pickup. He's a great pickup.
I disagree.
Why? No, I mean, not for Philly, but a great draft instead, I should say.
Well,
Yeah.
Of course, but like
Philly should have traded this.
honestly, the Lakers would have had a better chance of picking him up.
I wish the Lakers would have picked him up, bro.
They still have a chance. They can still trade for him.
Nah, they're not gonna trade him more than
Wait,
once.
as
Volkowski?
yeah,
No.
Phil hasn't been drafted yet.
No.
Oh, them bums. I just thought of that. I was like, damn.
So also the boy from USC hasn't been drafted
The
either.
Lakers should pick up Volkowski.
Who's
The
the
Lakers-
Lakers?
The kid who played with LeBron's son.
As the Lakers go up there, we'll go ahead and discuss some of the races. Oh snap! They had 3 minutes left. They already got their picking. God damn it!
Shit.
All right. While they bring that up, JJ Redick had recently received some accusations of some racist remarks.
What?
Haven't seen that yet?
No.
on Duke.
Yeah, there's a couple too. There's another one that came up, I think, like on Reddit or something. But we'll put it up on the screen. I should have had a graphic ready to go, but I do have the title right there. But either way,
Bro, I need to see this. Can we pause real quick so I can watch this? So I can have an honest
no,
good take.
it wasn't. He didn't say anything.
Oh.
It was, he can show you the picture. It was just somebody tweeted something. But he can show you the picture while we talk about it. But I'll let you see it, and then we can discuss if you think it's.
That was a little sweet. Oh man, I gotta stop saying that.
Look at that guy. Rob Pelinka. Look at that guy.
Oh wow, that's a powerful tweet.
Yeah. So then my question is essentially, do you guys think it's real? Or do you think it's just?
Look at JJ Redick in the back.
I think if it's real, we would have seen something by now. But honestly, JJ Redick was like the most hated dude in college, and I wouldn't doubt from his persona in college.
That's
that might be
exactly.
real.
That's what I. No, I think the opposite of that. So I think because he was so hated, I feel like people just wanted to find something to like.
It's a thin line.
My thing is like JJ Redick's not even at the peak of his career financially. So like, you know, what are you trying to destroy his career now when he was just making $20 million
Going to the NBA Finals and
a
everything.
few years ago?
Yeah.
Like JJ's never been to the finals, but my point is like Oh, was he there in the Magic? I don't think he was there with the Magic.
Yeah, he was with the Magic.
He probably was.
He was with Dwight.
That was a different time in his career. Though.
Nah, take it back. Apologize.
He was just a role player. I'm saying once he became
he was a bench player.
an actual star player, or not a star, but an actual like. He was, like I said, he was making $15-20 million a year. You know what I mean? So like, if it was true, I wouldn't trade it up before.
Yes, they traded.
Hold on. Hold the take.
The San Antonio Spurs
Oh.
are trading to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh.
The draft rights to Rob.
Oh, that's yeah.
Wow.
That's what I was telling you. That's what they do. They mention it late. All right, but let's pause for the Lakers pick for a moment.
24 NBA draft.
Come on,
Los Angeles Lakers select
Philip.
Dalton Connect.
That's a good pick.
He's a great shooter.
So they got Rob Dillingham, and they got.
No, the Lakers only got him.
So wait, who?
Dillingham went to the Timberwolves with
Oh, they just said it. They just mentioned it.
yeah with Ant.
Dalton, what?
Dalton Connect, Knecht.
I think they were going to take Jared McCain before him, but that's a good pickup.
I do think Jared McCain's a great pickup for a lot of teams, but unfortunately, only one's gonna get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think back to the JJ thing. I don't think it's real.
Me neither.
And you know, there's it's
It's a thin line. Yeah, I get you,
a
bro.
conversation to have because it's like let's say there's a possibility that he did say it.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about a college player. We're talking about a kid. You know,
22, 23 is still a kid to me.
if it comes out, if reports and they investigate and it comes out that this is all facts, I would say JJ's career is probably ruined as soon as it started. Finished as soon as it started.
However, they investigate anyway. This would have been like 2005.
Yeah, true. But anyway, my point is like, should it be ruined? Should his career be done if they find out that he made this remark a long time ago? Like, my personal opinion, like, I understand that this is a touchy subject, but like, you have to use context. So, like, one, like, where was he in life? You know what I mean? Like you know,
Protect your new coach, man.
He was immature. He was stupid. You know.
And that's if he said it.
I would assume he was angry. You know what I mean? So like. Now, at this point in his career, when he's grown and matured, you know, does he understand the mistake that he made?
Do you think players?
Is there history that he's done it before? You know what I mean? Like, this is not the same. If it's true, and I'm gonna keep saying that, if it comes out to be true, like it's not the same as Donald Sterling, where he had repeated.
Oh, he had emails, everything.
He had repeated instances of showing racist type of behavior.
Question.
You know what I mean?
But like you said,
Real
there's
quick.
two instances.
Tyler, question real quick. How tall is he?
6'5".
I thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Okay, so go back to the take. My bad.
You also have to think. I don't think that it's a league that's going to just step in, but
It's the
you have to
people.
think, would those players want to play for a coach that they know, verifiably said this? And no matter when it was, do you think players that pride themselves
In my personal opinion, I believe LeBron James was vouch for him. I think LeBron James would be the one that says, like, this was a long time ago. Like, this is not who he is now, and it never really was who he was. You know what I mean? So, and again, I'm gonna say it one more time: if it comes out to be true, this is not a definition of his character. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know if it's something that if he truly has that in him, or if it was just a moment of weakness, of dumbness, of just immaturity, where he just had a frustrated argument. That's not the right sentence I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. Where he had a heated argument, that's what it is. Where he had a heated argument with someone, right? And he slipped up and he said something. Again, he's young and stupid. That's my thing. I can't judge a man because of the mistakes that he made when he was young and stupid. I can't do it. It's not in me to say who you were at 17 years old. It's who I'm going to judge you now, and you're about to be 40. You know what I mean?
Are you judging him? Realistically, I think if that had came out initially, I don't think he would have the opportunity to have this stuff. So I think it's correcting.
That is true,
his,
but that
his
is,
life path.
I think all this highlights how good of a person Nas is to forgive someone.
it's not for you're not forgiving anything.
No, but I'm saying, like, if it's true, right? If it's true, your mentality towards this is a little bit more adult than what the average American would be.
Well,
You know-
it should be like.
Yeah, it should be like that, but you know what happens once one bad thing comes out with someone. What happens? They get canceled, they get fired, their career's over, and we
There's
see them
more
in 6
reports
months.
of him doing other things with other people. And,
Yeah, of
and-
course.
And having instances of these type of things. Like, at the end of the day, if JJ Redick had any type of racist vibe to him, you really think LeBron James would do a podcast with him?
I don't think so.
LeBron
I think LeBron's pretty woke.
a mile away. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you think Doc Rivers would have fought to get him on the team if he had, you know what I mean? Like he was one of the major activists in the whole Donald Sterling situation, fighting for his black teammates, right? So like, yeah, I mean I remember it from when it actually happened, but yeah, I just recently got reminded. I guess you could say from clips. But you know what I mean? Like it's I think we can all agree it's obvious that the man's not racist. You know what I mean? Like
Plus, he's in the league that's the most socially inclined league in any leagues, more than football, anything. So I gotta give you that credit, Nas, on that. And I don't think it's true at all.
I don't think it's
I'm not even gonna pay any attention to it.
Because I don't think there's like realistically what way.
That guy definitely's been downtown Florida.
This was in 2005 or sometime around there because he would have been at Duke.
And even if there was, there's nothing stopping Jeannie Buss from throwing a couple $1 million on
Who's this kid?
putting her up.
Tristan did Silver from Colorado. He I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of older. I don't.
Does it make sense for the Magic?
Not for.
Because it seems like another forward.
It's another wing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's another wing.
You know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna stock up on all wings for the next 3 years, and not use the wings we just drafted last year.
It doesn't make- he is.
Jet Howard, Anthony Black,
There, but like I don't know, man. He's not that much of a shooter.
average 18
Sounds
though.
like nobody is apparently.
Yeah, no, this draft kind of sucks.
It's crazy because this is Steph Curry era too.
Yeah, this is the weirdest draft I've ever seen.
Wow.
But while we start wrapping up, let's go with our fast break of the week. A bunch of exciting news around the basketball community. There was a couple of things that actually came up as I was preparing to come here, but I wasn't able to jot them down. But we did mention at least the Denny trade. But there was at least two more things. But if they come to mind, I'll mention them. But to talk about our fast break, we got a bunch of exciting news around the league, or not around the league, but around basketball community. I think last week maybe the Cavaliers announced that they are hiring Kenny Atkinson as their
Great
coach.
pickup.
Love it.
Bridge coach for sure.
Always good to pick up somebody who has association with a winning franchise. You know what I mean? So it doesn't always work out because technically speaking, Darvin Ham had an association with a winning franchise, but
We don't talk about that.
He's back with that franchise as well. Shout out Darvin Ham.
so did Luke Walton. So hey, it doesn't always work out. You know what I mean? But it can this time. And Kenny Atkinson has been. He was about to get a job last year, but I think he changed his mind and he went back to the Warriors. He's assistant coach for the Warriors, so we'll see how that works
He's
out.
great on the Nets with D'Lo. Remember that team? They were all just.
I don't even think of the wrong
He's
person.
great with guards. He's great with
I am thinking of the wrong person. Yeah.
who?
There's an assistant coach in
It's Kenny Atkinson.
No, that's Kenny Atkinson.
Well, you're right.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And he was actually really good with guards. He's like,
No, he's like a guard whisperer.
yeah, he is. So I think if he can get Darius back, because that's another person we didn't really talk about.
Change, dude. They're expecting him to come back.
Yeah, if he can get Darius and they can get what's his name? Man, it's Mitchell on the same page. That could be a very good pickup, man. And he's also a really good big man whisperer
That's just
too.
one of those useless teams that just wins for nothing.
Yeah, which is a lot of his teams.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Worst case scenario, it works out, but best case scenario, it works out. But other than that, on the local basketball news side of things, Roberto Suarez is confirmed to have been selected for the China tour.
I knew it.
That's
Coming up.
crazy.
The logistics haven't
Shout out,
been figured out
Roberto.
yet. He might go for the entire time, or he might go for the second leg, which is around August.
What does that mean
Hopefully,
for you?
well, if he goes for the entire time, then he'll be leaving in a few weeks, so he will miss the finals for the Serpents. But we'll be fine, We're gonna figure it out. We got a good squad. We're gonna figure it out regardless.
It sucks losing.
Just Berto from your team? Just Berto from your team?
Yeah, I think he's the only one that got the call up. Enrique got it from the Crocs, and Notorian Tyson also got it from the Crocs. They're all going together, and then Tyler Rodriguez from the flight. Is gonna go in the second leg in August as well. Mark King is going to be taking over as coach in August as well. Sam Vincent will be the coach for the first half of that trip. That's about as much as I know.
Sam Vincent, the one from the Celtics?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. At least I believe he's the coach. I don't know if he's just the organizer or if there's another. I don't know. I think he's the coach. Pretty sure he's the coach. He has to be the coach because he's a coach at a women's college as well. I'm pretty sure he's the coach. Yeah.
I want to shout out Berto real quick because real quick, I went to high school with Berto, and I would be honest, I did not see this out of him. I just want to shout him out. Same was it Altamara?
Played pro a couple years ago.
No, but like, just continuously never giving up on his dreams, bro. Like, he doesn't give up. He doesn't know what failure is, and he'll jack up those shots. Not playing. Bro, I'm proud of you, bro. I was there when you started, and all the hard work your dad used to do when he used to be over there at West Corral screaming at you guys nonsense. But look, it worked out, and look at you. You could actually say you're a professional basketball player.
Got that J.R. Smith game.
Yeah, Berto is
better contested.
Berto's one hell of a talent for sure, man. So I'm very proud of him.
Chip on his shoulder for sure.
I'm glad that this opportunity presented itself. I'm glad that I was able to negotiate getting some of my guys into that showcase and getting them a look. 3 of them definitely drew some interest, but it seems like Berto is the only one that got the call up. So congrats to Berto, man. Shout out to Berto. Great job. And
Yes, sir.
see you when you're back, man. Go out there and ball out.
We definitely got to have a Surfs episode now.
Yeah, when he comes back, we'll have a championship.
We got to have a Surfs episode. I think before he goes, we should do a Surf episode with Berto.
We
should interview them.
He's always busy for some reason.
We should just do a regular podcast. You don't have an interview or nothing. Just do a regular podcast.
Yeah.
Right here?
Talk-ish. We should go to a studio. Maybe we can consider it for next week, but we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
This next one, reports came out that it is incorrect information, but it could just be them trying to hide the fact that it's out there. But the GM of the Rockets did say this is not correct. There's no negotiations to trade Kevin Durant. However, the Houston Rockets are targeting Kevin Durant, or at least that's the report. The GM from the Rockets states that is incorrect. There's no negotiations being had to trade Kevin Durant. We don't know what's going to be true until the season starts. If Kevin Durant suits up with the Rockets, or if he suits up with the Suns, or he suits up with someone else. But
I don't like that trade.
I don't like him moving teams, man. It's another Kevin Durant jersey.
yeah, I don't like. I don't like.
You're not the violent.
I don't like Kevin Durant on the Rockets. I don't think it's the right move for them. It's moving too fast. I think you need to take your time and pace yourself. I don't even think if you have a set core of who you're going to move forward with, like, is Jalen Green really in your future? I don't think he should be, personally.
In that trade, you probably have to move Sengun, too.
Is Şengün ready to move
Lead
up
a team?
to being a leader of a team? I
Nope.
don't know.
He got 2 more seasons.
Or are you just trying to build up these guys to trade them and just go big? You know what I mean? Which I think is a terrible decision.
I think
The scenario that came to mind is they might just try to go Şengün and Green for Kevin Durant and bring back Harden. Because for a while that Harden wanted to come back to
it's not going to work. It didn't work in the Nets. It's not going to work here. And
It didn't work in the Nets for different reasons, though. It wasn't a basketball thing, but
They do have a really good coach. They do have.
was that a trade?
They have Ime. No, it brought up a trade from last time.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, what?
I don't think Kevin Durant moves the needle anymore. I think he's one of those guys who changes and pushes it. He's one of those guys who completes a championship team. He's not the heart of a championship team. So when people say I'm trading for Kevin Durant, I kind of scoff because it's just like, what are you really getting? 28 points that don't really mean much unless the team's being impacted by other sources. So I just feel like...
Yeah, I think KD's the type that stabilizes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily take the process to the next
He might take you to the first round of the playoffs kind of guy.
People don't understand what worked for the Warriors. The Warriors didn't have to trade for him. They were able to sign for him. So they didn't lose any other piece.
And their team was deep.
Yeah.
They had one of the deepest teams in NBA.
Every other team has had to trade for him, meaning you're losing assets. The Warriors just got lucky. You can't recreate
They
it.
went from Bogut to JaVale McGee
Bro, they went from Harrison Barnes bum ass to fucking KD.
to Wiggins.
Yeah. What the hell?
The dip off hasn't been crazy.
Yeah, just because it shines doesn't mean it's gold. That's the thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like Kevin Durant shines a lot.
So remember when we said there's a reason why Jared McCain, that Philadelphia pick was taken?
They couldn't trade it.
Oh, man.
Damn, they were trying to get rid of it.
That's why it took so long.
Yeah, things are much different this off season than we've seen before. This is the first year where the CBA goes into effect.
Just for context purposes, we were just looking at a report that said the 76ers were trying to trade their 16th pick, but couldn't find any deals that they liked. That's why that pick took so long to get in there. They
Yep.
took the entire 5 minutes.
Literally.
They were
Till zero.
waiting until the last decision. So
Lakers are waiting for them to pick.
Steal, bro. Getting Connect is actually a steal if they keep him.
yeah, they did good. They're gonna do. We're gonna see. Will the second round be tonight?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, definitely gonna be a lot of text messages in that group chat.
But back to it, Houston and Katie, not a good fit. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, we could.
What do you think? Yeah. And then Angel Reese just had her career night. Her career just started, but at the end of the day, it is her career night. 25 points, 16 rebounds, with a victory over the Indiana Fever, which is even all that more sweet. I said that saying wrong, but you know what I mean. Sorry, English is not my first language, but
Puerto Rican song backwards.
but yeah, Angel Reese, 25 points, 16 rebounds. That's a huge game for WNBA standards. I'd say that's probably the equivalent of about what
40.
20 games.
Yeah, 40 and 20.
She beat the Fever.
Yeah,
too.
Fever. I did just say that, but thanks.
Yeah, my bad.
I will say this. I think she's definitely number 2, but she's put a little talk to trying to have a rookie of the year conversation. She's averaging a double-double. She's had a double-double for X amount of games in a row, so she's definitely in the conversation, but it's still not as fluid and not as watchable as you know who, the name I shall not say. So,
I haven't seen a lot about Caitlin Clark for a while.
it's calmed down finally, but it's because it's draft.
Probably because the Olympics. Oh, yeah, you beat me to it.
Or the draft. I think it's a combination of the draft, Olympics. Like the NBA, this is the NBA. This is the second season of our NBA kind of. Like, this is where the geeks get together. This is where,
Honestly, I think the offseason is better than the regular season.
I can agree with
The
you.
level of how much I want to watch it, I say playoffs and then offseason.
Is it a specific month though of the regular season? Because after like November, I hate it.
I'll say this. I think our
the
expectations.
beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think the reason I like the off season so much, and I literally play GM mode and just do off season all the time. Number one, the expectations are high, so we don't know if they're trash. In our head, we're imagining how everybody plays together. So I feel like our podcast is going to be a lot more like this, where we're kind of chill, talking about things, which I'm going to actually enjoy because this is my favorite time. Fantasy basketball, what can happen, what can't happen, what will happen. Everything is going to happen. It's going to be a crazy offseason because literally the NBA has marketed their offseason to be like their spin-off show to where anything can happen. Someone's in trouble. Someone gets traded unexpectedly. So I do expect a lot.
It's already getting paid, and we have a couple we're going to announce today.
Let's do
But
it.
I'm sure you guys have already seen it.
With Angel Reese, I also want to say something. I don't like what they do with Angel Reese in the media, and I'm not talking about the negatives because I also hate that.
Yeah.
I don't think that should happen either.
Yeah.
But they have figured out a way to finesse Angel Reese's stats to make her look a little bit better than what she is.
She's not,
Angel Reese
though.
is a fantastic player. She's great. She's a very high hustle player, very high energy.
Dennis Rodman vibes.
Her double-double is kind of inflated, though. If you look at her stats,
Smithy shots, right?
for the rebounds that she's getting for herself, she's averaging 5 offensive rebounds a game.
From her own misses.
38% from the field, though.
Woo. And she's not taking threes.
She's not playing inside.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's
They're
there's
saying,
some things.
a little off topic, they're saying the Lakers could potentially have got the steal of the draft. That's the word around town.
I do think that was the steal of draft.
It's the Lakers. The Lakers always have something going on, just like the Celtics.
Dalton Connect was expected to go like early.
No, he did good though.
Because they drafted Kyle Kuzma, that was a steal.
Nah, they have been recently. I mean, all those Laker picks were
Austin Reeves was
good.
a steal.
Lonzo Ball was. You can say he played up to it, or he's played good. Brandon Ingram played
They
good.
didn't draft Austin Reeves.
Julius.
They got Josh Hart.
Yeah, Josh Hart, Julius Randle. Like the Lakers are trickled through the whole NBA.
The
Like,
Lakers are good at drafting. They're bad at developing.
yeah.
But
I
back
can
to
say that.
WNBA though,
Can't
the
even hold up a conversation. Golly.
Lynx defeated the who was it? The
Liberty. New York
The
Liberty.
New York Liberty for the Commissioner's Cup. Well, that's like their in-season tournament.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
They get money toward charity, and they also get money themselves.
Nice. So a cool little $500 in their pockets, definitely.
Big league money. Big
$5,000 out of
Is it
zero.
really?
Yes.
Is it really? Big?
$5,000 to them, and then $500,000 to charity.
But shout out to the Minnesota Lynx for winning that.
Shout out.
They got Collier too, Nafisa.
Talking about free agency and the offseason, a couple players have already been rumored to be getting paid here shortly. Usually these rumors just transpire pretty quickly as soon as, all the contracts are allowed to be signed and all that. But trickling through them pretty quickly. Scotty Barnes is
Well
probably
deserved.
going to sign a rookie extension or a max deal. Well deserved. Definitely a high potential type of player. So I'm excited to see what he can build in Toronto. I don't know if Toronto has the tools to make something happen with Scotty Barnes, but let's see. Scotty Barnes has all the assets to be a great player. I think he's an all-around player. Defensively, offensively, he can do a little bit of everything
pass,
you need.
too.
Yeah, he could do
I think
everything.
RJ Barrett's a really good Robin for him right now. I think the pickup of that guard for the from the New York Knicks, yeah, that's a good pickup. I think they still get their Jacob Patel, who's not bad. They got a shooter in Grady. I think they have a lot of pieces to make it work. I think they could be a really good team within 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about the Raptors in the second round in a couple years.
We might talk about the Raptors like we talk about the Cavs right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Actually, the Magic, like really, like I think they have a lot of upside. They have a lot of players that are big. They're big players too. They're not
I think
small.
they have to trade Pirtle though. I think not because they don't need him, but because the age doesn't fit for them, and he's an asset that they can get
His
something.
timeline, his timeline isn't with
Porter would be
theirs.
great on the Lakers too.
Pirtle would be great anywhere, just like Hardenstein.
Another player that's getting paid right now, or that will be getting paid soon, is Malik Monk. I believe it was 4 years, 72 million, 78 million. So he's about to get a big whopping contract, which is well deserved. I definitely credit the Lakers for the uprise of Malik Monk. I think that's where he really showed the world that he can be a legitimate player in this league, and the Kings gave him a chance, and here he is now. He's getting his money's worth. So shout out to Malik Monk. Good for you.
I think he deserved it. Also, they got him for less than $20 million, which is a great deal.
And then another topic, also in the same realm of the off season. We already talked about it a little bit earlier when we were discussing some trades and free agents that could be out and about in this summer. But the Warriors are actually willing to offer Paul George a 4-year max deal, which is a big aspect of what Paul George and his negotiations are right now. I think that's what he wants the most. Rumor is his preference is to return to LA. On the other side of that rumor, LA is not as interested in a max deal or in a 4-year deal. So it's really just playing chicken type of game. You know what I mean? Like who's gonna give in first? I think Paul George should go to the Warriors. I think you should genuinely consider that as an option. That puts the Warriors back on the map, in my personal opinion.
Best friend of basketball, and they give up some pieces, but is it really that much? The major piece that you give up in that trade is Kuminga.
Yeah,
Is that the worst?
nah.
Like you have to give it Wiggins, but it's Wiggins reverse.
It's an upgraded version of what John Kuminga is, anyways, to what they do. I think he'll work better off Draymond, and they can also still run the same sets they run for Clay because he's a good 3-point shooter.
And he's also better defender than Clay now since the injury.
And he's going to do what Clay did: guard the primary defender, the primary ball handler, and also be a set shooter. And the thing is, he has an extra layer that Clay didn't have. He's a decent passer and a really good ball handler. So
he can create his own shot.
And he can create his own shot, which Clay could do as well. But
Not
just
the best
not
situation for Kuminga though. Young players don't do so well under Ty Lue.
or the Clippers.
So, actually, Carl, I was gonna say
That's fine, bro. It's fine. It's almost that time.
you had mentioned something. What did you say? No, I forget.
Well, that's no topic.
I'm losing it, bro.
Slow break. The Boston Celtics just recently championship parade, and there was a large array of interesting moments throughout the time. Sam Hauser had a very interesting moment. I'll probably put up a clip of him, quote unquote, disappearing, but I'm pretty sure he was just throwing up.
Oh yeah.
The video shows him.
Yo,
Really?
bro,
I only saw him dropping down. Okay.
bro, literally. They're walking in that hot ass sun and drinking beer and yelling and running around. What is the best that could happen in that situation?
Recipe to throw up.
Shout
Yo,
out to Jaylen Brown though. He had himself a baddie.
a little basketball player baddie at
Forgot what
that.
her name was. Oh, Angel. Is he actually Angel Reese?
No.
Not Angel Reese.
Oh,
She beat Herbo.
bro, Kaiser. Do you remember what happened with Kaiser with
No.
Kevin Porter Jr.?
Oh, that's his ex?
Yeah, that's her.
Damn, she even upgraded.
Yeah, bro. Jaylen Brown, he got 300 mil. But yeah,
That's crazy.
that's Kaiser. Kaiser's son. She doesn't play at all.
Okay.
In the NBA. She's a certified bum.
I just want to say something real quick. I want to shout out the Celtics. First things first, enjoy y'all's win. Second thing about this whole thing, I would want to give a special shout out, even though I'm a hater, I still appreciate, special shout out to Joe Mazzulla, but actually extra special shout out to Horford. You were part of a lot of my basketball viewing days when I was younger. I used to love watching you get your ass kicked by LeBron. I guess you could say what's the guns in the other hand or whatever. Congratulations, man. And it's also a Caribbean thing, He's from the Caribbean, he's Dominican, so it's always good to see one of us win. I was kind of hyped when Carlos Arroyo won. And JJ Barea, they took that thing back to Puerto Rico, so, enjoy and congratulations to the Celtics for sure, man. And Joe Mazzulla was out there acting a complete fucking fool.
Hilarious.
I would too. If I won a championship in the NBA and on a parade,
Yo, and it's his second try?
all hell is breaking loose.
Yeah, it's only his second try, actually.
I might catch a charge.
Man. Whoa. That's the only way you get away with it.
One splash off of the float or wherever they're on.
It's hard to
A
put
whole
him
5-star splash from the top of the
Definitely a lot of stakes on this podcast. You guys won't probably see the Jared McCabe one, but just text him about it. Text your boy Nas about the Jared McCabe comment.
Oh yeah. We are deleting that take. Sure.
We started off hot, though. We started off hot.
Fantastic.
No, it's wild.
So Nas has a nickname. He's One Drop Nas. It's actually Aaron, but we'll give it to Nas.
That's all we have. The last thing we're going to talk about is, of course, not we talk about it, but just to mention and wrap it up for the day. This week is our 10th episode. It's our first miniature milestone, so we are actually going to go live on YouTube. We're going to try our hardest. We're definitely going to try our hardest. No guarantees that it's going to work out. But we're going to try our hardest to go live on YouTube next week. And it's going to be our 10th episode, man. We're going to try and see if we can get some guests going. We're going to try and see if we can really up the ante and do something special. Got a couple more, get new graphics and get, just make it real special and real, like celebration type of situation. So
awesome.
Make sure you guys tune in, but
there will be strippers. Oh, my bad.
there will be strippers.
There will be strippers.
We'll probably have to get the studio for that. I don't know.
We'll get the work.
Strippers in here. The special work. Shout out Gil's Arena. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. That's it for us today. This was episode 9 of Hoop Talk, the podcast. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and share with all your homies and your homegirls, homeboys and homegirls. We appreciate you guys for being here. We're going to finish up the rest of this draft. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. Bronny's about to be selected by the Phoenix Suns, all right?